specifically Josh Giddey,
Yes.
balled out tonight.
Yeah.
For those of you who enjoy when I have to come on this here program and say nice things about Josh Giddey, brace yourselves.
Brace yourself.
I think that we just watched the best game Josh Giddey has had as a Chicago Bull, Dave.
What?
He did his Josh Giddey triple-double thing.
He did.
Effectively.
Talk to
knocked
him.
down that big corner three late in the fourth quarter.
Huge.
I don't know if it's because Billy saw that Lonzo had reached the amount of minutes he wanted him to play tonight.
Mm-hmm.
With obviously Ayo Dosunmu being out with the calf. We touched on that in pregame.
Mm-hmm.
Billy usually likes to close with Ayo. Josh Giddey checked into that game.
Yeah.
A 2-point game. I think the Bucks were up 2 with just under 4 minutes to go.
Yes.
And Josh Giddey made big plays on both ends of the floor.
He did.
Think that might be the first time I've ever said that. But all the credit in the world to Pat for after embarrassing himself on the defensive end 30 seconds before that. He gets the steal, goes coast to coast, big play. Patrick actually shows that he is a human with emotions. And Pat will probably get a lot of the attention for that.
Yeah.
But I thought Josh Giddey's 1v1 defense leading up to that Pat steal and coast to coast was just as vital as Pat's steal and coast to coast take himself. That was one example of Giddey playing decent, if not above decent, defense tonight.
Yeah.
And he continued to do his thing on the offensive end. He worked his ass off on the boards. Big reason why the Bulls had a significant rebound advantage tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a whole bunch of very nice things about Josh Giddey, and he deserves every one of them. He played the hell of a game that I've ever seen him play tonight.
Yeah, well, let me add to it then. To disagree with Stacey when he talked about the help defense play that you just spoke of.
Yeah.
And he gave a lot to Pat Williams. I thought it was, like you said, Josh Giddey for actually bodying up Chris Middleton from the top of the key.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of threw him off a little bit when he was ready to make that move. And, that turn your back, put the body on him, and then spin. I think he kind of threw him off with the way that he played him as tightly as he played him on the defensive end, which allowed him to not even know that Patrick Williams was just honestly standing there. And I think that's what led to it. It was probably one of the easiest steals Pat will get in his life. It was telegraphed.
Kind of like fell in his lap.
Yeah,
basically.
It was telegraphed perfectly. And I'm going to give Josh Giddey all the credit in the world for allowing that to kind of go down. I thought he played great tonight. I'm going to give love to Billy, too, for sensing that Josh Giddey needs to be back in the game as well.
BR in the comments just said, Billy trusting Giddey down the stretch, and it's paying off, just as we all expected. Yeah, maybe not so much the last part. But
correct.
Yeah, Billy sent him back out there.
He sent him right back out there, and not only did he make that play, he hit that huge three-pointer. Also from the corner, and was talking trash, gave him the point, gave him the three, to the crowd and everything. He played so well on the offensive end as well. And just hitting big shots is just not something we're used to seeing from Josh Giddey. But, dude, no, you give the credit where it's due. The dude played really, 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 really well tonight for this team on the offense and the defensive end for them tonight. Like I said, he was steady offensively, continuing to drive and doing what he usually does, which is get to the bucket and try to create and, try to cause havoc and do things like that. But like you said, Matt, on that defensive end, he wasn't too shabby. It wasn't bad. It wasn't reckless and horrible and like, oh, my God, why are you out here? And when you do those things like that, that's how you walk away with a team high plus 18 when you do those kind of things on both ends of the floor. So it wasn't just a triple-double. It was the absolute way that he helped defensively because Dame was giving them frustration after frustration when he was getting foul call after foul call after foul call by going up as soon as guys put hands on him. You saw him do it to Dalen, did it to Torrey Craig. He also did it to Josh Giddey. But Josh did a really great job actually having to guard Dame and having to be on Chris Middleton as well. He took the challenge, and he accepted it, and he passed with flying colors. So this was a great Josh Giddey game. They don't win this game without him. He deserves all the love, the credit, and the praise tonight, I should say.
Paul Montebuzelli in the comments saying Josh and Pat, big plays in the clutch. Paul Sorensen saying Josh, she watches Peck clips for motivation. If he does, I would be flattered and
so
honored.
Flattered. I would take that as nothing but
hey, Giddey, yeah, you were okay tonight. You could have been better. All right, run that. Send it to Josh.
Yes. Could have had 30.
36 Bulls in the comments saying great game, Giddey, triple-double machine, closed out the game well. Eric saying if Pat could just play with that energy all the time and rebound like Giddey, he could get 14 to 16 points a night, make the contract look reasonable. But he won't. I mean, I like this game, Dave, when you see Giddey play at this level.
Yeah.
And again, especially, at least in my opinion, on the defensive end.
Yeah.
We all know, and Giddey said it himself on media day. Hey, all, I'm no Alex Caruso on defense. And we all said, we know. Thank you for acknowledging that. But when you talk about sitting down at a negotiating table with Giddey a few months from now, when we hit the offseason.
Okay.
When we see him play at his peak like this, and also show you effort and occasionally competence on the defensive end.
Yes.
Does it sway your opinion at all, whatever that opinion is you currently hold, about whether or not he should be a piece that the Bulls continue to build with, if not build around?
Does it sway it? No. In my opinion on him, I have no problem with him being here. Everything is about the money.
Right.
I have no problem, with the point guard that he could be for the team, because I honestly think he and Modest fit really well together. And I'm all about Modest in the future of this basketball team. So I think he and Modest fit really well together because Modest wants to run and Josh Giddey wants to run and pass. And those two things go together. So, yes, but two huge, tall guys who are both running the floor on this team, who are both physical, also allow them to run the floor and get down the floor, and it'll be great. And also, guess who? You want to talk help defense? Who else is great in help defense? It's Modest Rosales. So those things can be awesome. It didn't sway it at all. Hey, Julia, it didn't sway it at all. But if it was consistent, that's when you can start talking to me about things being swayed. So when you can have it consistently, give me 5 straight games or something like this. I'm not saying 5 straight games of a triple-double. I'm saying 5 straight games of competent basketball on both ends of the floor where you can look and point it out. And it's not a liability. And Billy isn't saying, dude, let me go ahead and go back with Lonzo because this guy doesn't have it tonight. It has to be consistent. And I think he has a chance to do it because of the upcoming schedule that the Bulls have. They got the Wizards. They got Charlotte.
Zards.
You know what I'm saying? You got the Zards on the list. You just saw Brunson dropping 55 on these guys.
Yep.
So they have an opportunity to do that against these two teams before they get to Derrick Rose night. See y'all in the suite. So he has an opportunity to do something more consistently. I don't know if that time sitting, Matt, helped him, as far as just watching, seeing if he saw something different on the floor, looks at the game a little bit differently. But you saw it defensively. We've seen him be good offensively. Yeah. But you really did honestly see a nice change in the way he approached it defensively.
We all silly like the mayor.